All right, here we go. In order to be successful for today, you need to have a whiteboard and a notebook out and ready to go, please, and thank you. In order to be successful for today, you need to have a notebook and a whiteboard. Open up to your period 5 notes. We started doing this on Friday. Now, please listen very carefully. You have a friendly reminder, of course. You have Tuesday, you have week 22 vocab, Wednesday, week 24 vocab, Thursday, you have a Barron's book due on top of 35 test questions, all AP style. You should be pretty familiar with what the process is at this point. With that being said, on Saturday, you have your first mock exam. No, that's a lie. That is a lie. You have your second mock exam, and last, praise be, on Saturday. It will start at 8 o'clock. You need to be there at 7:45, 7:50. It is going to be run the same exact way. My bright red car will be parked right behind the cafeteria. There's going to be a bright red sign that says AP mock exam entrance here. You're going to go in the same doors you came in last time. You're going to go straight in the cafeteria at 8 o'clock and you start spewing directions. You're going to pick up 5 pieces of paper, just like you did the last time. You will sit down. As soon as everyone's ready to go, we will start. The faster we start, the faster we end. You'll do the multiple choice, which is 55 minutes for 54 questions. You will then do a quick transition to the SAQs. Then you will turn in those SAQs. You will go for a 10-minute break outside. Then you will come in and do the DBQ, LEQ. As soon as you finish writing your DBQ and LEQ, you get to leave. It will be done around 11:45. What?
For the test on Thursday, if we have FSA testing, do us come during lunch and turn
You can take it Friday morning. Your FSA is so much more important than my weekly test. Can we agree? It is not more important than my mock exam. I'm just kidding. Especially my exam on May 16th. But your FSA is super important. That should be your priority. You still have things to do. You still need to get your Barron's book done, but that is the priority. Make sure you do well on that. We can figure it out. Okay. So I just want to remind you that next week we have period 5. Next week starts exam week, AP exam week. Raise your hand if you're taking AP Gov. AP US Government is next Monday. AP Gov is next Monday. Raise your hand if you're taking Capstone. That's Tuesday. Are you kidding me?
No, we haven't studied at all for it.
She hasn't told us anything.
We haven't reviewed.
I can't.
She said next week is our whole week to do FRQs. We only know what that is in Capstone.
Oh no.
She's the actual.
Oh no. So, AP Chem? Any AP Chem kids? Okay, good. You're not science people. Okay, with that being said, those exams are all going through next week. So with that being said, you have a period 6 test, a weekly test at Thursday, which is your final grades going into the grade book, essentially. Okay, your final do nows, final quizzes, final tests. There's really no assignments after that. We're spending a week working, we're going to be studying, but it's not going to be heavy lifting. Does that make sense? So, if you are one of those kids who has a bunch of exams, Bobby, I think you raised your hand like twice, 3 times?
Just one.
Just once? Okay. You just kept flinching? Is that what it was? Got it. With that being said, if you have a lot of exams, you really should be working ahead. Because as soon as you finish period 6, it's over. It's over. Anyone here taking more than 2 exams next week? That first week? You taking 2? How many are you taking that first week? 2? Which ones? Capstone and Gov? Okay. I would talk to me after class. Okay? You're not in trouble, obviously. How could you possibly be in trouble? But you need to be planning ahead. Keep in mind that Monday, Tuesday, I'm so sorry to my AP Gov and Capstone kids, but I'm going over the mock exam on Monday, Tuesday. So if you're missing Monday, you're missing the multiple choice. And probably the SAQs. If you're missing Tuesday because of an exam, then you're missing DBQ, LEQ. So we'll make it work. I will stay after school. I will meet you before school. We will figure it out. I'm just letting you know that things are coming to an end and things are happening. Okay? So if you have AP exams coming, then I'd really try to get ahead. Like Javi, I would try to get as ahead as you can. Does that make sense? It'll make your life easier. However, talk to me after class. We'll make it work. Okay? We'll figure it out. What? So, keep in mind, things are coming to an end. As soon as you finish period 6, Barron's, you're done. There's no other heavy assignments for the rest of your AP World Life. So So I don't know. For me, that's motivation just to sit there and grind out. Most of you, not? Cool. So if you don't have a lot going on the first week, then that's not that bad. Can we agree? You have that whole week. Because period 6, our final test in that first week of exams, which is not ideal. It stresses me out. It's never happened to me before, and I'm not thrilled. But we'll make it work. Okay, so keep that in mind if you're going through. Sophia, do you have 1 or 2? Just 1?
No, only one.
Oh, your capstone one?
Usually, didn't they start like later the AP?
Yes. Well, it's a little bit later. So I usually, don't get me started. My anxiety is through the roof. If you took your mock exam this morning, if you started your mock exam, your multiple choice, remember tomorrow morning you have SAQs. 7:30 is when I'm starting. So if you get here earlier than that, then we'll get you going early. So the faster you finish, you'll still have 50 minutes, but please make sure you get here quickly because you got to go to first period. So make sure you're here on time, ready to go. Barron's book this week, definitely make sure you're ahead. Any questions on that? Any questions about what's happening on Saturday? Same exact format. Everything's the same. You're going to walk in. Now, the test is not the same. Someone asked me that again today. Is the test the same for mock 1? No! That would be stupid. What a waste of your time and my time. Can we agree? The test is different. The essays are different. Why would they make the same? Anyway, moving forward. What?
Doesn't Ren have a mock exam?
Yes, this is at 1. So you'll have about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes. I would plan on PDQ.
So how many tests or how many multiple choice questions are on the actual exam?
I have no idea. I have never any idea. It could be 49, it could be 45, it could be 55, it could be 43. I have no idea. They change it every year. AP World sucks. Just straight up. My anxiety is going to kill me.
Yours?
Yes.
Are you doing it next year?
I'm only teaching 4 sections. I gave 2 of them up. I just can't put people. I know you have anxiety, but you are younger than I am, and you're not responsible for 157 kids to pass this damn exam. Okay. You haven't seen the answers I've been getting today. On your whiteboard, give me all 11 Chinese dynasties broken up by period. The answer, this question I've asked how many times? Every day. And guess what? I still have people looking at their notes trying to figure it out. This is what gives me anxiety. This is what keeps me awake at night. What are they? Kaiser.
Zia, Shang, Zhao, Chen, Han, Sui, Tang, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Jing.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's stop for a second and let's take this in. Please listen. You need to know your periodization. Can we agree? Period 3 is this specific day range. Period 4 is that one. I hope that you understand that your Barron's book is looking at the big picture while I taught you small picture, correct? I taught you what each event is, why we care about, and the importance of that event. Now that you're in your Barron's book, I hope that you've seen they're connecting big things together and putting in a nice big theme for you. Your periodization, knowing your day ranges, allows you to remember certain events are happening in certain places. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you need to memorize, and if you haven't done it, figure it out, you need to know your dynasties, is because at this point, you should know that if you see Han, who is trading with the Han? Rome, which means what new trade routes open? Silk Road. It is a tool, a facilitation of knowledge to know your dynasties, because you know if you see Yuan dynasty, what do you know is happening? Mongols. What do you know is happening in Western Europe at that point? Nothing, because we got feudalism happening and they're doing nothing. If you know feudalism is getting Western Europe, where else is feudalism happening? Japan. Do you see how it is important for you to know what the dynasties are in each period, and it will help you remember across the board what is happening. If you don't remember your dynasties, you are shooting yourself in your foot for no reason. You've got to memorize them. Figure it out. I'm going to be asking it every single day until every single person in this room can write them down in the correct place. What?
So the Yuan dynasty is when the
Mongols.
Mongols take over China.
Yes. It's at the end of 3. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman who wrote, he's not really a gentleman, he's kind of a turd, but who wrote the Communist Manifesto? Good. Who is it, Sophia?
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx on your whiteboard. Please tell me. Karl Marx believes that there are two types of people in the world. Write down both of the names he uses for these two groups of people and explain what each one is with like 3 words. Should be 3 words or less. Good. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Who are they, William?
Proletariat, middle class, bourgeois, upper class.
There you go. So we have the bourgeoisie, who are going to be your owners. Your factory owners is the easiest and simplest way to think about it. Your bourgeoisie is your factory owners. Your proletariat are the actual factory workers. Let me make clear. Your bourgeoisie are your factory owners. Your proletariat are your factory workers. Okay? Bourgeoisie, bougie, you know how that's one of your terms you people use, bougie, bourgeoisie, wealthy people, factory owners. Your proletariat are going to be your workers. On your whiteboard, who can tell me, actually raise your hand, who can tell me what Karl Marx expected to occur? Who can raise your hand and tell me? Morgan. Bourgeoisie. He believed the proletariat would overthrow the bourgeoisie. Why did he think the workers were going to kill the factory owners? Why, Nathan?
Because of the bad, harsh conditions they were in, and all the
Colton,
workers,
stop.
the workers were kind of getting mistreated, and they were like, "Hey, we should own this because we're doing all the work while
There
you're
you
just
go.
sitting there."
Very well said. He thought, Karl Marx believed that the workers were going to kill the factory owners because of the terrible conditions. On your whiteboard, it didn't happen. Why? Why didn't the working class overthrow the factory owners? Why didn't the proletariat kill the bourgeoisie? Why didn't it happen? On your whiteboard. Not yet. You're not 100% wrong, but you're not quite there. I got 1. No. I got 1, 2, 3. What is it, Philip? Government or social reforms. What do government or social reforms mean? Who can raise their hand and tell me what government or social reforms mean? Someone other than Morgan. What do you got? Annie. Like what? By what? You're correct.
Like the wages.
Wages increase. What's another example of societal governmental reforms? Nate.
Children like not being able to work.
Yes, not forcing you people to be children labor. Colton.
Maximum amount of hours.
There you go, 40-hour work week, okay? Those types of things. On your whiteboard, who implements these societal changes? Who is the driving force behind these societal changes? Who is behind these societal changes, the government reforms? Not Lenin, he's in 6. I got 1. No, he hates workers. Josh, educate your peers. Unions. Do you see the connection there, William? Unions are the ones who are going to start these changes, whether trade or labor. They are the ones who are going to be starting the foundation, and eventually the government's going to be forced to adopt them. So the reason why Marx's revolution of the proletariat defeating the bourgeoisie never occurs because governments correct themselves. He did not expect that to occur. So, Marx's revolution does not occur because of societal reforms by governments that are led by labor unions. Colton.
Did you also say Catherine the Great for the serfs' emancipation?
That's not industrialized, so no. Marx is talking about only industrialized because you can't have bourgeoisie without factories. Okay, so no. On your whiteboard, Karl Marx believed what economic system was the root of evil? What economic system is the root of evil? What is it? Rod?
Capitalism.
Capitalism. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the dude who created capitalism? It's like the whitest name you've ever heard. It's actually not John, actually. John's a pretty white name, but it's not John. Good. What do we got? Autumn. Adam Smith. On your whiteboard, what is the book Adam Smith wrote? Good. I got 1, 2. What is it, Ethan? Wealth of Nations. In the book, Wealth of Nations, Adam Smith says that the government should not interfere with the economy. What is the fancy French word for the government not intruding on the economy? What is the fancy French word for not intruding on the economy? No, liberalism is more 6. Evan. Laissez-faire. It's on my board right over there. Laissez-faire means let it be. It is telling the government to leave the economy alone and it will thrive. The more regulation you have, the more suppression it has. Donald Trump is a big fan of this. Since he's come into office, whether you love him, hate him, one of his biggest things he's accomplished, whether you agree or not, has been deregulation of the economy, which is why the economy is soaring right now, correct? Okay, that causes pros and cons. However, that is one of the things he spends most of his time doing is deregulating, which means the economy is not being regulated by the government. That is pure capitalism. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what are the 3 stages of Marx's revolution? Oh, God. Please stop what you're doing. You don't know the answers. Well, you cheated. Okay. Take a peek over here. You don't know the answers. We need to have it. Okay. So Marx's revolution. Okay. So Marx believed that the proletariat would overthrow the bourgeoisie. Bourgeoisie, the factory owners. The factory workers would overthrow the factory owners. Everyone's clear on what the overthrow is. Yes. Okay. Then the state would own the means of production. Means of production is land, labor, and capital. In other words, all the buildings, all the people work for the government, and they control all of like the oil, all the valuables. Okay, that's what socialism is. This is socialism. The state owns everything and controls everything. Okay, then your 3rd stage, after hundreds of years, you'll have a communistic state. A communist state, which means there's no more government. It's blissful peace and equality for all. Ladies and gentlemen, what has never happened in the history of the world? Communism has never, ever happened. We have countries that call themselves communists. Who can raise their hand and tell me why they would call themselves communists? Jake. Yes, they want to make it look better because the idea of everyone living in blissful peace and in true equality to one another is actually the ideal for everyone in this room. Can we agree? If we could have that on the planet Earth, wouldn't we want it? Yes, the answer is yes, people. But has it ever happened? Do we think it ever will happen? No. Okay? So, when people call themselves communists, they're actually what, ladies and gentlemen? Socialists. Okay? Because the government controls everything, but no one wants to be called socialist, which is why the biggest insult to Bernie Sanders is what? They're calling him a socialist. He doesn't call himself a socialist. He calls himself a democratic socialist. Okay, he's trying to change that word, the connotation of it. That's why he calls himself a democratic socialist. Okay, because the connotation is terrible. Why? Because socialism is, abused and used to do terrible things to large groups of people. Okay, on your whiteboard, please tell me, what are the 2 things the Napoleonic Code gave Europe for the first time? What 2 new laws did the Napoleonic Code grant for the first time in Europe? Good. By the way, we covered this on Friday, so everyone should have it on their boards. Good. What is it, Josh?
Religious freedom and equality.
There you go. Religious freedom and equality in front of the law for all people. Okay, this is the first time it's promised in Europe. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the 3 aspects of the French Revolution? So I'll also review, everyone should have this on their board. Okay. What are they, Bobby?
French Revolution, the Reign of Terror, and the Napoleon.
There you go. On your whiteboard, was the man responsible for leading the Reign of Terror? Still review here, people. Who is it, Bella? Maximilian Robespierre. Maximilian belongs to what political party? Good. Emerson. Huh? Jacobians, yeah. On your whiteboard, please tell me what is the name of Thomas Paine's pamphlet? Good. What is it, Evan?
Common sense.
Common Sense. It's actually a very good read, by the way. I've actually read it. It's very short, not hard. It's actually very interesting and still pretty relevant to today, actually, by the way. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman behind Life, Liberty, and Property? Enlightenment idea. Good. Good. Who is it, Rod?
John Locke.
John Locke. On your whiteboard, who's the dude behind freedom of speech? Good. What is it, Annie? It does start with a V. What is it, Kylie?
Oh,
No, you're wrong. What is it, Rod?
Voltaire.
Voltaire is freedom of speech. On your whiteboard, who's the dude behind 3 branches of government? Who is it, Colton? Montesquieu. On your whiteboard, please tell me the order of the 3 first political revolutions. Who are they, Blake?
American, French, and Haitian.
On your whiteboard, what is the official start of the American Revolution? We had a problem with this on Friday. I need dates. I need the event and the dates. What is it? Philip. Declaration of Independence, 1776. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the treaty that ends the American Revolution and what is the date? Good. What is it? Sophia? On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the gentleman who leads the Haitian Revolution? Good. Good. Who is it, Kaiser? On your whiteboard, please tell me, what is the name of the most popular item being manufactured during period 5? Most of your factory production is going to be making what product? I got 2, 3. You can't. That's not made in a factory, my love. That's grown from a plant. What is it, Nate? Textiles. Who can raise your hand and tell me what textile is? Keep it simple, stupid for me. Colton.
It's like clothing.
It's not clothing. Clothing is clothing. What's a textile?
Cloth.
Cloth. Do you see? Okay, it's not clothing. Clothing takes stitching. That's what some factories make textiles. Some buy textiles and then make clothing. Okay, so clothing is not textiles. Textiles is not clothing, but all clothing is made out of textiles. On your whiteboard, please tell me, what invention allows textiles to be mass produced for the first time? What is the name of the invention that allows textiles? Now. Power loom. Looms have been around forever. Power loom is the first mechanized one. Better than my other period, so thank you. Still not great, but significantly better than second for sure. Goodbye. Good luck. See you tomorrow. You have a vocab quiz. For those people who are doing my makeup mock, tomorrow morning, 7:30, you have SAQs. Tomorrow afternoon, you have LEQs.